Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Reynolds, and this is the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 277. Joining me as always, Daniel Neverly.
What's up, gamers?
Daniel.
What's going on?
Daniel, they made Sydney Sweeney scented bathwater soap.
How does one acquire such soap?
Yeah, I first of all, I just want to point out how disgusting you people are. You know, it's despicable,
Just
quite
despicable.
honestly.
And where
It
can I
really-
get this soap?
I'll give you the link. I pre-ordered 3 of them.
Okay,
Don't worry, I got you. But
Thank you.
you people are disgusting.
Awful. Terrible.
Fucking sick men out there. It's
Who would drink
gross.
someone's bathwater?
I was really hoping you'd make up someone whose bathwater you're drinking now.
I can't tell you that.
Give me a little second there. I was like, come on, he's got it in him.
Anna
He
De
should
Armas.
gargled it. Okay. That's respectable though, okay.
That's respectable.
A little. What country is she from?
She's from Cuba, I'm pretty sure.
Cuba, okay.
She's
Little
Cuban.
Cuban flavor in your bathwater.
Actually, what's that other lady that's really popular on the internet for being disgusting? That blonde chick, what's her name? Sleep with all
Not
them
Sydney
men?
Sweeney.
No, sleeping with all those men. and all that.
Oh, yeah, the
What's that
British
kid?
one.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
whatever she is.
I
Yeah,
actually don't know her name.
yeah, she's disgusting.
Legit, I would tell you if I did. I
She's
actually just don't like it. She's not that good looking for me.
No.
I'm just like, I don't really get
agree.
it, you know?
I'm glad we're on the same
Yeah,
spot.
like, I'm just kind of like,
I mean, she's
you
not
know,
horrible, but it's like,
oh no, I mean, she's probably like a woman. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I don't understand like why thousands of women. Like, I'm not standing in that line. You know what I mean?
disgusting.
I don't get that. You know, she ain't worth all that. All right. So I'll say,
No.
maybe it's the British accent too. You know, that just makes you like 10 times uglier in my mind.
Really? See, we're in the opposite way
Sorry,
with that.
Steven.
I love a good British accent.
Really? Yeah, the British one.
Mhm.
The British
Australian
one's a
accent's a
turn
good
off.
one too.
Australian's better.
Yeah, it's like British
than the
adjacent.
Brits, though. Now French now.
Oh, oui.
Mon ami.
Mon ami. You're just all
Mon
addicted
ami.
to the French stuff right now.
And maybe I'm just really attracted to Eske, you know? Maybe that's it, you know?
Yo, I mean, he gets you drunk too.
Yeah, you see the developers said they're going to sell plushies of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
does it come with wine? You get like the 18+ version.
That'd be
Comes
fucking
filled
dope.
with
You
wine.
put the wine
Wouldn't that
in
be?
it? Whoa.
Put like a bottle of wine inside.
That's a fucking
or
idea
something.
right there.
Yeah.
Shit, you got to present them with that one. Give me a
Hire me.
Give me Francois as a compatible friend. too. It's
Yo,
just a
they better
rock.
be selling Francois.
That's what I want. Yeah.
Underserved in that game,
Oh,
Francois.
I wonder if this does become like a Final Fantasy type thing. Can SK be like the Cid, where he's in like all of
Yeah,
them?
he's in every game.
Yeah,
Him
just for
and
no
Francois.
reason.
Let them
Him
both.
and Francois. Yeah, I'd be down
Yeah.
with that.
They're just
That'd
in
be fun.
every version of their worlds.
Yeah,
just
like
have
why
a
are you
version.
here? Who cares? Don't worry about
It doesn't matter.
I guess Sid's always kind of like a little different, right? So
Yeah,
I guess you
yeah.
could make them a little different.
More like the Moogles or the Chocobos or something. where they're
Yeah,
just
something
toys in
like
the
that.
games.
I wonder if that's what it would be. Or the Gestrels would come back.
Oh,
Yeah,
in just a different form,
yeah, slightly different form or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's like a through line. You always have the Gestrels, the
The
Esky, SK, and then Francois. Just always in the
of
game.
course, Francois. Yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. They got
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
mean,
shit going in there.
I saw a thing today about like them having ideas for their new game. So
Yeah. I was watching a little like YouTube documentary with some interviews with some of the developers, and it was mostly the actors, but yeah, interesting stuff. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Because Daniel, it has been another busy week in the world of video games.
next week's it's starting to ramp up.
Yeah, I guess not our next show, but the show after would be the really
Yeah.
busy one.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about what's going to happen next week, kind of
Next week,
after.
yeah. Maybe we get a surprise direct before next week. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like right before the launch
Yeah.
of the console.
Could
Maybe.
happen. Could happen. Our first news story there. The EA Black Panther game has been canceled, along with the entire studio over at Cliffhanger Games. Is now being shut down. With along with this comes another round of layoffs over at EA that's specifically affecting, along with this studio, the mobile team and some central teams. It said, and then EA and Marvel have both confirmed as of today that there are still 3 Marvel games in the works over at EA,
Mm.
which is interesting
We
because I
know at
think
least
we
one,
knew
right?
about one unannounced one, but we didn't know about a second unannounced one. Unless that
What?
person
Yeah.
just misspoke and like counted the Black Panther game,
So we know the Iron Man
which is
game
now canceled. Yeah, we know the
by
Iron Man
Motive.
game, and we never got an actual announcement of the other one. I remember us theorizing about it like a couple years ago.
Yeah. Like, what studios are even going to be working on anything?
Yeah, who knows,
You
man?
think like Dice and Battlefront again, or
Well, it'd be Marvel
I guess it?
specifically, I guess. So,
Oh, it's
uh,
Marvel specifically. Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I don't. Dice seems awfully busy
Yeah,
with
they would do
Battlefield.
Battlefront before they would do like a Marvel game, I would
Right.
assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know everybody wants the Battlefront now because Battlefront 2 is like surging in popularity right now. I mean, they would have to get working on that right now. You know what I mean? It's not like unless they planned for that years ago. But I
Mhm.
I find that highly unlikely that there's a Battlefront 3 anywhere even close
They're probably
to ready.
always in talks of doing one.
Sure.
Just it was just a two had a really rocky first year, so uh, that probably really slowed any Battlefront 3 talks. But they might do one at some point. Yeah, this Cliffhanger, this was a new studio, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a
That they
brand new
had like
studio. Never put out a game. Formed by a lot of the guys from what was their name? The guys that made Shadow and Mordor.
Monolith.
Monolith, who are now also shut down. So these guys just, oof, that's a rough road right there. It's yeah. So a lot of those guys went over here to make the Black Panther game over at Cliffhanger Games. They formed a whole new studio around this, and now Cliffhanger Games is no more. Never saw the light of day, really.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's
It's
crazy
so
too
much
because it's
wasted
like,
money as well.
damn, like a Black Panther game is such a good idea. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, and it's like I know making video games is very hard, but it's like as far as like making big AAA games go, a Black Panther game seems like a slam dunk. You know what I mean? Like that seems fairly
Wakanda seems like
easy.
such a cool location
Right. It's just
to
like
take
okay,
place.
take a bunch of elements from other open world games, put it in a Black Panther game, bada bing, bada boom. It's like easier said than done. I know, but it's still a Black Panther game seems like a slam dunk.
Yeah, he's a very cool superhero. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird
Like
to me too, because we're still in this place with Marvel games where it's like it feels like we're still only getting like the big guys, you know. We're still getting Spider-Man, still getting fucking, we're just talking about
Avengers.
Wolverine, Avengers, Iron Man's up there, I guess now too. It's just like they haven't gotten to like where the MCU has long past gotten of getting into like the secondary Marvel heroes, and it's
Mhm.
very odd to me because I feel like those heroes would have a better home in video games almost more than they did in movies.
Yeah, but like they're doing like very weird, obscure even characters like a Moon Knight and stuff. It's like
Right. Like, I would love to
Moon.
get that, like,
Yeah.
a Doctor Strange game, how fucking cool
Oh,
would
I
that
guess we
be?
forgot Marvel Rivals, and they also have a ton of characters.
Sure,
That's
and
another
they got
game.
everyone. It's
Yeah.
not that they're not making games around other things. There's that other 2D beat 'em up game coming out later this year with all
Oh
those
yeah,
Marvel characters and stuff like that. Blade's also getting a game, and that would count is what
Blade.
I'm talking about. But still, it's just weird to me that we're not at that place yet, where it's like we are getting a Moon Knight game or something like
Do you
that.
think that's mostly Marvel and Disney wanting like bigger productions and not wanting smaller titles? Like, I wonder, like, what is there? Are they?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is it's a huge risk, right? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna put all this money into a game, it has to succeed. So let's not fuck around here with the secondary class heroes and only put our big guys out there. I also just think it's video games just take forever to make, and so it's like, yeah, even 10 years ago right now, Black Panther wasn't a household name.
Yeah.
Moon Knight sure as shit wasn't, stuff like that. Captain Marvel, no one knew who the fuck that was, it's like
You have to be a nerd to know any of these characters.
right, exactly. And so I think that's holding them back too. It's just weird to me that we're still not even at the place where those
Yeah.
characters can have a
I mean, I
video
guess
game.
even in just the movies, it's like the Avengers were never the A team. It was
Right.
always like X-Men and stuff like that. Like that's who like most people were big fans of. And it's like I think Marvel kind of forced everyone to like know here's Captain America and here's Iron Man, these characters you've seen before, but you don't probably know them that well. And then now they're
100%.
just household names, you
Kids
know.
will never know.
Even
Like
Thor,
when me
like
and you were kids, like yeah, dude, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America,
maybe
those
the
were
only big
like
one was the
pretty
Hulk.
obscure characters. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, the big three Marvel before MCU were Wolverine, Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Hulk, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah,
Maybe
like
just
before
X-Men
that,
as a team,
before
but
like there was a time like in the early 2000s where Iron Man was a pretty obscure character, you know?
yeah. Even like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. It's like
Yeah.
he was in the game, but he was not it was not in the cover. It was Spider-Man.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a damn shame though about this game. It sucks for them,
I
sucks for
was
the people that
excited
were
for
working
it.
there. Yeah, I was too. It sounded really cool. It's like, oh, okay, cool, an open world Black Panther game. Like you could do something really dope with that. So it's a shame. I wonder what went around here. I wonder if it just playtests weren't coming
Too
together.
slow
Yeah,
production, maybe the burning a lot of money because it's a new studio, so it's like you
they
got to
only
get
opened in
ramping up.
2023. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they just weren't expecting to be spending as much money as they thought they would,
Yeah, it's not coming together. EA
and
was like,
it's not
yeah,
coming
gotta
together
cancel
fast
it.
enough. Yeah,
Especially now too, right? Where it seems like all these big companies only want to focus on the things that are guaranteed to bring them money, you know? And it's
yeah.
like, okay, maybe they're just doing calculating the odds here, and we're like, okay, maybe this Black Panther
Put more
thing.
resources into Battlefield.
Right, yeah. They still got apparently 3 other Marvel games in development with an Iron Man game there too, and they're like, okay, well, Iron Man's probably more likely to succeed than Black Panther, so
Just axe it now before it gets out of hand.
right. Yeah. Guess that's the mindset there. Sucks.
Yeah, it's worse. It's worse about the studio closing than the cancellation, especially for a new studio. It's like they didn't even have a chance to prove themselves in any way.
An exciting thing for EA too, right? It's like
Have a new studio, yeah.
right, have a new studio, have a new studio focusing on big single player projects again. It's could be nice. I mean, they could have turned into something. You never know, right?
Yeah. We always want to see new studios, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I guess now they still have that what was their name, Ripple something, who's working on Battlefront.
Ripple effect.
Ripple Effect, yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess that's a new studio that will put out a game pretty
Yeah,
soon
I
here.
think
Whenever that Battlefield game's gonna end up coming
yeah,
out.
they used to be they that was like them changing the name of it too.
Oh,
That's
was
when
it?
Vince yeah, that's when Vince
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
went
Gaming.
over there. They like changed the name of one of those. I think that was like Dice LA or something like that. And then they
Okay.
changed it to Ripple Effect because there's like the main Dice teams in Europe somewhere. I
Okay.
forget where they are. And then they had a Dice here in the States. But yeah, it's all under Vince now, so we have yet to really see what that means
Yeah. We're
since
supposed
he
to be
took
seeing the
over.
Battlefield game at Summer Games Fest, so uh, get some
That's
more info
exciting,
there. Yeah.
especially
Get.
getting a Vince Zampella run Battlefield.
Yeah.
That could be a big deal.
Yeah. Definitely. So, at least people will be excited for that on the EA front. But yeah, it's a damn shame. I wonder if we see that Iron Man game anytime soon.
Yeah, so you would that's a one to question because it's how much of the team at EA Motive was working on Dead Space
Right at the time.
at the time. You know, like it was a big undertaking. They did kind of rebuild that game in order to remake it, but it's like, did that take all of um, EA Motive to do that? Were
Yeah, I
any
don't
of
know how
them at
big of
that
a
time
team
already
Motive
working on?
is
I think they're
even.
pretty big.
Are they now?
I
Okay.
would assume. Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how long that's going to take them to make.
Yeah, interesting times. Hopefully, we get an announcement in these other couple Marvel games too in the near future. But all right, well, we'll move on there. Cliffhanger games never meant to be. Damn shame. Next up then, Pokemon Legends ZA has a release date of October 16th, 2025. The game will launch on Switch 1 and 2, with the Switch 2 version having improved graphics and frame rates. They also announced that a Pokemon Direct will air on July 22nd. Daniel,
Probably showing off a lot of that game.
Pokemon ZA.
Za, bro.
ZA, bro. Got a release date mid-October. I think that's a
My
bit.
birthday.
It's like a month earlier than Pokemon normally goes, right? I They normally go for like a
Yeah,
November slot.
usually November, but
Yeah.
October is they like the fall for Pokemon.
I wonder if they'll slip in Metroid Prime in November now.
That's a good question. Yeah,
I
because I
wonder if
think
that's the plan with that one.
yeah, I wonder where that's gonna go. Because then they have Kirby Air Riders
Mhm.
and they have the Hyrule Warriors game,
Mm,
or all of that's in the fall.
yeah.
So I'd assume Kirby's probably
Spread those out
December.
between September through the end of the year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe Prime is then September.
Yeah, that's what I
Maybe
was
it's
originally
before.
thinking. They just have that opening now of November, right? Where you would have
Yeah,
assumed guaranteed that's Pokemon.
because
So
there's nothing in September, right? It's just
not
July is
currently.
Donkey Kong, or there's nothing in August either.
Oh yeah, August as well. Yeah.
Guess they could do August or August, September maybe
Yeah, maybe
for
throw that
Prime.
Hyro game at the end of the year.
Yeah, Air Riders maybe is November, and then that game is in December,
Mm.
something like that. Yeah, it's my birthday. It's a birthday present.
Oh, it's your
Happy
exact
birthday!
birthday?
Happy birthday to me. That's my exact. That is my birthday.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
Pokemon on my
I
birthday.
always never I never get lucky with the birthday releases. Like I can't think of a single game that was like on
It
my
usually doesn't
birthday.
happen. It's usually like around,
Right. It's always like
like
a 1 or
within
2
a
days
week.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never like right on my birthday.
I remember Kingdom Hearts 3 was a week before my birthday, and I was like, "Oh, you
Mm.
fuckers!
You could
Just
have just come
delay
on,
it one more
Square.
week. You already delayed it like 17 years. Come on."
Do you know how much it cost me to call Game Freak and tell them to do this?
Right.
It cost me a lot of money. Just give me this, Game Freak. I'll do whatever you want. I'll
So
sleep with
Za, are
1,000
you?
Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Oh God. Give me that one with the scissors, or whatever the fuck his name
Oh,
is.
gee, the keys.
You get the microwave one. Go ahead, put your dick in it. All right, so Pokemon ZA, October 16th. Are you definitely playing this? It's a must play for you.
I mean, I tend to play the bigger Pokemon games, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I will be playing it for sure. Hopefully, I'm gonna cross my fingers. I'll have a Switch 2 at this point. Like that's something I want to get. I'm definitely not getting it by next week, but
Yeah, me neither.
uh, yeah, I definitely want to try to get one. I guess around that time, I would hopefully like to get one before Donkey Kong comes out. I want to play Donkey. I want to play a handful of those games, at least Kart, Prime, Donkey Kong, and Pokemon. Maybe Kirby Air Riders. It's a lot of games I want to check out for it, but I don't want to play it on Switch One if I can avoid that. You know,
Mm.
but I got to do. I got to do. I guess if I can't get a Switch Two.
Yeah, would you if like you didn't have a Switch 2 by then?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I could just get it digital or something and then play it on the
Yeah,
Switch
I've
Two.
I've thought about this with Metroid Prime. It's like I don't think I would. I think I would just
Can
still
you
wait.
put? I can't remember. Can you put Switch One carts in the Switch Two?
Don't think so. I don't know. I really have no idea. I
Yeah.
think because I know the whole thing with the Switch 1 versions of the game is that like they're not even on, or the Switch 2 versions of games that have Switch 1 versions aren't even on the cart. So you pretty much have to download it all anyways.
hmm
Uh
Yeah. I should look into if you can actually put the carts
the
for your
carts in
Switch
the
Two
Switch 1
in.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question. I really don't know.
Hmm. I mean, I'll play it on Switch One if I have to. But I would prefer to play it on Switch Two, especially Pokemon. Game Freak. Ugh,
Yeah. Good
I
luck.
love them, but they they need to take their time on their
Games are
games.
rough. Yeah, these open
Yeah.
world games, man. Getting rougher and rougher. Do we think there's any chance of seeing the next mainline Pokemon game at this direct?
That's a
Or would it be
great
too
question.
soon?
That's a great question. I don't think so. Like, I think that they want this direct to be very ZA focused, so I doubt it. Maybe you would get like a smaller announcement, but I don't think you would get mainline here. That would just overshadow everything about ZA. At
Okay.
least at this direct.
Yeah, good point. All right, cool. Well, more Pokemon news later this year in July. Really far out to announce a direct.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't
It's
really
like
think
2
about it like
months.
that.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Mark your date, I guess. Next up then, in just 33 days, Clair Obscure Expedition 33 has sold 3.3 million copies. Daniel, they just had to make a tweet about this one, They had to go for it here. It rhymes. It's a
Yeah.
little, it's too good. It's too good. You had to do it. Daniel,
It makes
3.3
sense.
million copies. Not too shabby for a
No.
small title
In a month, that's great.
in a month.
Good for them. Like I was seeing that uh they did not forecast this amount of sales at all, so they were, over the moon with this amount of sales, especially for a $50 game,
Yeah, you gotta love the popularity that this game's getting. I mean, that's obviously it's not like big, gigantic numbers by any means, but for this size of a team and this niche of an audience of a type of game, 3.3
Mhm.
million is a lot. So that's fucking
Yeah.
awesome to see. I'm sure they're happy. I'm sure Kelper's probably fucking ecstatic about
Mhm.
this, right? Like that's gonna be their
For
highest
sure.
selling game by far. Or no, maybe not, because I think they announced Sifu sales. Sifu sold like 4 million now, but still, Claire
Mm.
Obscura beat
That that
right
that
on
that
its tail.
you would hope that Claire would pass it as time goes on.
Yeah, I
Sifu's
mean,
already
certainly,
had a few years.
I think it's guaranteed to now. But
Yeah.
I mean, it'll probably pass that. I don't know, within the next like couple months, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you would think by like award season as well,
Mm,
like getting to the end of the year, maybe sales, things like that. People like, even though that Claire's still like a budget-ish game, it's $50. Like maybe by Black Friday or holiday sales, anything like that, award season, it just has even more of a hype around it.
yeah,
At
yeah,
least
for
for like
sure.
hardcore gamers that haven't checked it out.
It sounds like they're interested in doing DLC as well. So I wonder.
Don't do that.
Sounds like they're gonna, yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
typically with you with the whole move on, just do the sequel type of thing or whatever your next big game is next. But no, it sounds like they're gonna. So I'd imagine they will do DLC. My hope would be at least that like they're already well into development on that and they could get that out like by the end of the year type of thing.
That would be crazy.
Try to get that out by like award season. That would be
Mm.
ideal, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, very good for them. Yeah, it was interesting. I was watching like a little documentary on YouTube about these guys, and they're like they're really close with Kelper. So like I don't think they're leaving them anytime soon. Like I don't think their next game will be published by anyone else. For the foreseeable future. And they like kind of grew with Kelper. They like both started at
Yeah,
like
they're
around the
they're like
same
a new
time.
publisher.
Yeah, and I found that really interesting as well. And like Kelper were the ones that nailed down like Andy Serkis and Charlie Cox for them and all that. So yeah, it's cool to see. It's cool to see that this game's so popular and that so many people are resonating with it
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great story.
for sure. All right. Next up, then, a live-action Elden Ring movie is now officially in the works and will be written and directed by Alex Garland. No official casting or any type of release date at this time. Daniel, here it is. Alex
I like
Garland,
Alex Garland, but
Elden Ring.
yeah,
Interesting. Alex Garland, of course, directed Ex Machina. He did. What
mhm.
was that one with Natalie Portman?
Annihilation. That's a fun one.
Annihilation. Yeah, Annihilation, and then most recently just did Civil War.
Civil War.
So now
He
he's
did a
moving on.
movie in the early 2000s that I've yet to watch. It's been on like my want to watch for a long time. It's called Sunshine.
Sunshine.
You ever heard of that one?
Never heard
It's
of it.
a
No.
it's like a sci-fi movie on a spaceship. Um, and it's got a crazy cast. Like Chris Evans is in it. I forget the whole cast. I know there's just a lot of famous people back in the 2000s that are in it.
He's
Um,
also the writer of the Devil May Cry reboot,
yeah, I
which
remember when
is
that
weird.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a weird story. The DMC Devil May Cry. Yeah, he's
Never
just
played it.
he's an interesting guy. Oh, it's great.
Is it? Yeah.
The story is kind of whatever at the end of the day. It's kind of not. It's kind of the weakest part, but that gameplay, that's honestly one of my favorite feeling Devil May Cry games.
It's
It's got
the
it's got
Hellblade
this like
guys, right?
light. It is the Hellblade guys, yeah.
Yeah.
So it has like a light and a dark mechanic in that game. So like your right side of your controller is like the trigger and the bumper are tied to the dark, and then the right trigger and the left, or the left and the bumper are tied to light weapons. So you can have basically four weapons going at a time, and you can combo all of that attacks together. So like some
A lot
enemies will
going
have
on there.
it's a lot going on. So enemies will have like a dark shield. So you basically have like a dark melee and a dark um uh, like distance weapon. And you could do the same with this side. I think they were melee, but you can at least have four weapons, and you could be switching your combos within light and dark. So some enemies will have a dark shield, some will have a light shield. Then you have like he even has a base sword, which is Rebellion, which is his normal one. Doesn't have light or dark. Yeah, DMC Devil May Cry is great combat system.
Yeah, wild.
Um,
Wild he wrote that.
yeah, I don't
Uh
know what an Elden Ring like movie would be.
yeah, I'm curious what a live action Elden Ring even looks like, you know?
Yeah, like are you just following one single tarnished to like becoming the Elden Lord? Like, is it going to be as simple as like a journey and just like a 2 hour movie of like, here's a boss fight, him getting to the next boss fights, and you just
Yeah,
kind of pick
like here's a
a
bunch of
couple
cool
of
visuals.
yeah, and you just do a couple of major character boss fights, and then like you fight the Elden Beast, and then you become the Elden Lord at the end of the game or something.
Do you maybe do like a prequel type thing to Elden Ring and focus on all the fucking
America,
bosses and the
and
characters? Yeah, and like what was going on there.
that would be interesting. I mean, that I like that idea more than like following just a tarnished, you know?
Right. Just dying over and over again.
Yeah. I like the idea of following like America and like the shattering of the Elden Ring,
Yeah.
like leading up to the events of the game. I think that's a better idea.
Something like that. Yeah. Just delve really deep into the lore and try to go
Yeah.
over all that.
Maybe
George
you
Railroad
follow
Martin is producing. So he'll be
oh,
there. He'll be there.
Railroad
Guys,
Martin's gonna be there.
he'll do
Yeah,
something.
of course he is. He was not gonna finish the books for Game of Thrones, but yeah, he's gonna produce the Elden Ring movie. Of course.
I was just like the troll of not finishing the book at
He's
this
never
point.
gonna do it. It's impossible. He's
Doesn't he
gonna
still have
die.
like 3 more after though? Like he's not.
I
This
think
isn't even like the last Game of
I think
Thrones
it's
book,
two.
right? It's 2 more.
I think he's
Okay,
writing two together at the same time.
it's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts.
It's
He's gonna
like
die before.
it's like kids or like his estate is gonna have to finish those books for him.
Right.
That's what's gonna happen.
That'll be when they get finished too. Is
That's
after
when they
he
get
dies.
finished. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Elden Ring. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's I mean, because like I still want the fights. Like I like the idea of doing lore, but like I want
big boss
little
fights.
little guy with a sword fighting big guy, you know,
Yeah.
like with cool visuals as well. Like I would want that as well. So yeah, I don't know. And Alex Garland, I mean, he's certainly a competent director. I mean, he's writing this as well. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting one. I need to see like a trailer, you know, or something to like really know
Yeah.
like what's the vision here. What are you going for? Because it's like this and the Zelda one where I'm just like I can't picture either of these in live action. You know what I mean? So
I think I could picture Zelda pretty easily. You can kind of just make it a very Lord of the Rings esque.
yeah, see, my picture of Zelda is just like corny as fuck with a live action thing, you know.
You
It's
want
like,
it to be animated.
how do you get away from that? It would be my question, you know. And Elden Ring, I could imagine like really cool live action visuals and stuff like that, but still, it's like okay, how do you then add in like character development and stuff like that into it? It's gonna be an interesting one to tackle, but could be big. I don't know. We'll see.
You know, I just thought of another project he did too, Garland. He did Men. Did you watch that weird movie?
Mm-mm. I remember
That's
this
a
one
weird
though.
one.
That wasn't that
Yeah.
long ago, right?
Yeah, it was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That was a very weird movie.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Alex Garland. Interesting. We will see. We will
Yeah,
see.
I mean, he did one of my favorite movies of all time, Ex Machina. So it's like,
It's a
hey,
great movie.
that's one of my all time favorites.
Just let
yeah.
him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
We're getting
Yeah,
Oscar
maybe he's
Isaac in
got an
it.
idea.
We gonna put
Yo,
Oscar Isaac in it. We can put Oscar
I
Isaac in
mean,
it. Why
I'm
not?
sold.
Yeah. Throw him in
Yeah.
there. Timothy Chalamet somewhere in there. Why not?
All right.
What do you mean? Who else is there? There's no more actors. That's it.
There's
Oh, The
that's it.
Rock. Excuse me. The Rock can play. Who's the dude you run after with all the people? You fight in the giant desert thing. What's his name?
The giant desert thing.
Yeah. You remember you and your friends all charge at him.
Oh, Radon. He plays
Radon.
Radon.
The Rock can play Radon.
Interesting. Because he's just big. He doesn't need to say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. He can
What's
do that.
perfect for The Rock? A role where he
Not
doesn't
speaking.
speak. Yeah, that would be great.
Sure, he could be Radon.
He could be Radon then. We just kill him. All right, he was great.
Mm.
Best role for The Rock was the Scorpion King. And I don't mean the movie The Scorpion King. I just mean the end of The Mummy 2 where he popped up
The
for like
fight.
5 minutes and
Yeah.
died. That was it. That was the peak of The Rock. All downhill after that.
What was the movie he did with Sean William Scott? What's the name of that movie? That was a fun one. 2000s.
You lost me. 2000s.
Yeah, where he's like taking Sean William Scott back somewhere, and then they start helping each other at the end of the movie. Man, what's the name of that movie?
It was a Game Plan.
It's not Game Plan.
Game
Hey, you
Plan's
know what?
great.
Gridiron Gang was a great movie. That was actually good. He played the coach.
I didn't even know that one.
The football movie about the people in they're like youth that are like locked up youth, and he like
Longest Yard.
no, it's
With
called
Adam
Gridiron
Sandler.
Gang. No, it's
Which
called
I believe
Gridiron
is a
Gang.
remake.
That is a remake because the original was also Burt Reynolds, which is in the remake too.
Really?
Burt Reynolds
Oh.
played the Adam Sandler character.
Oh.
Yeah,
It all connects. It rhymes. It rhymes. Remember the Doom adaptation with The Rock? That was fun.
that's a fun one.
That's
It's not a
fun
good
one.
movie, but it's
No,
fun. And
it's
he's fun in that
hilarious, though.
movie.
The first person thing at the end. Oh, fucking awesome.
Carl Urban though, dude, come on.
Yeah,
now.
Carl Urban's great. in that.
Carl Urban's great in that.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing Radon as, or no, The Rock as Radon. I was gonna say Radon as The Rock,
Radon is the Rock,
which
He
would
just
be
looks
even
like The
better.
Rock, riding a horse.
Yeah. Radon plays The Rock in a biopic. All right. Next up, then, Warhammer 40,000 is getting a remaster called Master Crafted Edition, which is coming to Xbox and PC on June 10th. The game will also launch onto Game Pass. Suck it, PlayStation. no,
Very weird.
Warhammer 40,000.
You assume that this is like
remaster
just a limited
for you.
time?
Yeah, I wonder if Xbox put money up to not to get it exclusive, but to make it.
I could be wrong too. I think the original was only PC and Xbox as well.
I wonder if that's the problem.
Like the
I wonder
original
if it's like
release?
so coded because it seems like they're doing this awfully quick, and like the release date is
Yeah,
popping up
just
out of nowhere.
excessive.
This feels more
Yeah.
like a very quick port with like some frame rate things, which is great. It's all I need, but it just seems like very like 2 was very successful. It's
Yeah,
gonna hurry
running
the
off that
fuck up and get
success,
one
yeah.
on current gen systems,
I mean, they went right to work on 3. I mean, look how quick they did that. So
Oh
they're
yeah,
like,
they announced that as well, right?
yeah, they announced that at the beginning of the year. So
By the way, there was a bunch of like Warhammer shit announced. This was just the main
Yeah.
one I took out. They had like a Warhammer event thing.
there's
but,
always so many Warhammer games. So
Yeah.
it's tough. I think the other big one
there's
is
a new
Bulk,
like RTS
Bulk Gun
right?
2
Something
is
like
coming
that.
out, which is awesome. I never got to play Bulk
Those
Gun.
are like
I
the
wanna-
old school looking ones,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It looks like they're like old Doom like shooters. I wanted to play Bulk Gun 1 when it came out. I didn't get to check it out. So it's awesome. Bulk Gun is getting a sequel. I want to play this. I played 2 on PlayStation, so I don't know if I'm gonna play it right away anyways. So I might just wait, see if it does come to PlayStation. I would assume it would. Like they're probably working on that port of it.
Yeah, this was the thing holding me back from playing 2 is I wanted to play the first one first. So awesome. They got that going.
It's a good point.
I will play this. Probably not on June 10th, but at some point I'd like to play it.
Yeah. The weird thing is that it's not backwards compatible. The original version is not backwards compatible
Yeah, on 360.
on
even,
Xbox.
right?
Yeah, on the 360 version, but you could still play the original on PC.
Okay.
And then they have this new version.
Okay. Well, very cool. Yeah, I will check this out at some point. I like that they
Yeah, I would like to as well.
Our last news story, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D will be released on October 30th. Square Enix also confirmed a Switch 2 version of the game will be available day 1.
That makes sense.
There it is. Quick little release date for you. Get a lot of release dates this episode.
Yeah. I think that's because of the GTA 6 not coming out this year. Everybody's like, all right, let's
We're
all
like,
announce
okay,
dates.
Cool. We can all pick a date. Thank
Yeah.
God. But yeah, I imagine this will do very well over on Switch 2. I know the first
how
one
well
sold
did 3 do?
huge in
It did good, right?
Japan. I think it sold like 3 million copies. Like
Yeah, Dragon
Square
Quest
was-
is huge in Japan.
Yeah, fucking
It's
massive.
very big in Japan.
It's wild to me.
Um,
There's no like Square should make a Dragon Quest Monster Hunter type thing and like sell. Is that a
Yeah.
thing already? That might
They
be a
did-
thing already. There
they
might be a
did a
Dragon Quest
Pokemon
spinoff
one.
with that. they did a Pokemon like. Do a Monster
Yeah,
Hunter like. Throw it on Switch with Dragon Quest. I mean, that
they
sounds like
have
money.
yeah, they have like a few different spin-offs. Like they have the Pokemon like
Builders.
one, which I don't remember. They have Builders.
Yeah.
I think the Pokemon ones are rolling on hand DS
Oh,
and
okay.
Game Boy, or maybe it was just started with DS. I remember playing one of them back in the day. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think we also recently in the past few weeks get like a little bit of talk about Dragon Quest 12.
Yeah, they said still working on it. I think from what
It
I
sounds like it's
remember,
going slower
that
than they
whole
thought.
thing got rebooted. From what I
Yeah.
remember, because one of the directors got fired or something like that,
Hmm.
and yeah, I can't remember the exact
I mean, they
details.
announced 12 like a few years ago now.
Yeah, it sounds like they announced it, worked on something for a while, scratched that plan, and so who knows how many years away that actually is now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been so long since even 11.
Yeah.
That came out in 2018 or 2019, something like that.
Is there a Dragon Quest MMO?
Yeah, an old one.
An
It's
old
not
one.
new.
Interesting. They should do that. I mean, I know they already have FF14, but it's like, okay, get a Dragon Quest
Yeah,
one
does
going.
Square need that though? Like
Oh,
14 is so
yeah, oh,
huge.
yeah, they do. I mean, in terms of like publishers that are doing like the big name ones that aren't doing well, Square's at the top of that list.
At the top, are they? Interesting. EA, no, it's Ubisoft.
Oh, okay,
Ubisoft's
yeah,
doing way
yeah.
worse than
Ubisoft's ahead
Square.
of them, yeah. But
Yeah,
like,
Ubisoft's doing way
Square.
worse.
Yeah, I mean, Square does it to themselves a lot, but it's just like I don't know.
The problem with Square is they do put out critical successes though. They're not putting out they're putting out bangers. They're just not selling.
yeah, yeah. Well, to their expectations, like
Yeah.
they are selling, but it's not. It's when Square comes out after every time they release a fucking game, and they're like, "Oh, this didn't meet our expectations," and like, yeah, I am gonna come to the conclusion that you guys aren't doing well.
Yeah. How much did 16 or Rebirth sell? Or
Uh,
even Remake
look.
sell? Yeah, like what are those 3 games? Because that's their last like 3 big games. Um, like what did those numbers? Like last time I remember 16 was like 4 or 5 million, something like that. And then I think Rebirth, I don't remember seeing any numbers. Remake was probably
Uh,
like a 10 mil seller,
so
if I were to
remake.
guess.
This is as of April
No.
2021.
Yeah.
Remake was at 7.
The remake is at 7?
Remake, yeah.
Hmm. Okay, that's still good.
It's still good. I mean, you figure too, hype leading into the sequel 3 years, like they might be at 10. Actually, it's been 4 years since this, so I mean, yeah, they could be over 10 mil by now.
Yeah.
Let's see, 16.
Especially with like the PC release, right? And it's coming to Switch too as well.
Yeah, did the Xbox version ever get announced?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe after Switch 2 comes out, then maybe they get a release date.
As of March 13th this year, 16 was at 3.5 mil.
Only 3. Oof.
Pretty good,
You'd think that'd go up.
for one
You think
console.
it's good, but you think that'd be more than that.
Yeah.
You think that game would
See,
have more
but then
broader
I
appeal.
know I talked about this before, but like Final Fantasy is not that big,
Yeah, no, we have.
Like
It's a name that the hardcore gamers love, but it is
right.
not.
Final Fantasy, it feels like to us, Final Fantasy is in that realm of like Assassin's Creed, Resident Evil type thing, where it would sell
It's
like
not,
15
yeah.
million copies. It's not that. It's way more niche than that, Like
Yeah.
I would
But
say,
you'd think like
7
it being an
mil.
action game would like appeal to way more people.
Yeah, but it's still got those anime tendencies, like
People don't like anime
you watch
stuff,
a
you're right.
trailer of it, it's like pure Japanese anime type thing, and that's gonna turn
Yeah.
off a lot of people.
That's crazy. People are
People are
so
nuts.
stupid.
Yeah, I agree, but I just don't like. I think
Yeah, I'm with you though. Maybe that's why Claire just does so well so recently, because it's like it's not super anime
right.
as an
That's
RPG.
that's take away the
like Persona
anime
is
out of
the opposite.
JRPGs.
Yeah, Persona is literally just an anime. Like that's all. The cutscenes are an anime, and it's like Claire is not. Yeah, that's I would assume 16 would do better, but I love 16, so hey, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's 16's in that weird place right now too, where it seems like every mainline Final Fantasy game goes through like oh, it's really good. Everyone hates it. 5 years later or 10 years later or whatever, it's the best
It's
fucking
gonna
Final
get a
Fantasy ever. You know,
Yeah, it's gonna get a
that's exactly
relook.
how it goes. Even people talking about 13 nowadays, everyone hated 13. You know, it's like, but now you bring up 13, it's like, oh, it's a great game. You know, people loved it.
It's always that revisionism. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it seems
Where
like Final,
where were you at
Final
when
Fantasy
13
is
released?
fucking riddled with that, you know?
Yeah.
As a let me see, Rebirth. That was the last one.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember in last year when it came out if they talked about
5
sales.
months ago, they were around 2 million,
Hmm.
which is
Okay.
less. Well, I guess less time as well.
Well, that
When
would
did
have only been
16 come
within the
out?
year.
Yeah, within the year.
February.
Yeah, this was a big talking point last year. I forget Rebirth only came out last year.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, those numbers still would have only have been for last year. That's
Did the
not that
PC
bad.
version come out for Rebirth?
Let
That
me pull
happened,
up
right?
Steam. A remake did. Let me go to Steam. Let's see. Yeah, I know the remake did. Oh, Rebirth is on Steam,
It is
or
on
at least
Steam.
there's a store page. Let me see. Um,
Yeah, January 23rd it came out.
yeah, I could just buy. Yeah, January 23rd. Yeah,
So 5 months. So that was right before the PC version launched. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
or maybe the
Is
PC
Rebirth?
version. Yeah.
Did that get announced for Switch too? Asking a lot of questions here.
No, it did
It
not.
didn't. It was just
They
remake.
announced it for remake. That doesn't mean that it's not gonna get a Switch 2 version.
Yeah,
At
I
least
don't.
right
Maybe
now. I
Square
mean,
should transition to focus way more on Dragon Age than they should on Final Fantasy. You know,
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest. Yeah, excuse me. Too many dragons. A lot of
There's
dragons.
a lot of
A lot
dragons.
of
Yeah.
fucking dragons going around.
Well, the problem is that when they get nailed down with that exclusivity stuff, like they always have these like critical hits or anything like that because it's the same thing that happens with some of their side like smaller games like Octopath Traveler, where you get like Xbox is getting the second game, they don't have the first game yet,
Yeah. No,
or maybe it's the other
wasn't
way.
it the other
Maybe
way?
it's the other
Yeah.
way.
That
Yeah,
one was weird.
like what are you doing?
That
What are
one
we
was
doing
so
here?
weird. Yeah.
It's like maybe also it's like I know maybe PlayStation puts 16, but maybe Square, maybe you shouldn't assign that deal and just put the game on every platform. Maybe you need to learn that.
What
That
always
like
baffles me about these deals is it's just like you would think you would have to cover so much money to get exclusive on your platform to the point where I'm getting as much money as I would lose out on sales on putting it on the other
exactly.
platforms, you know.
Just
But it
sign a better
doesn't.
deal.
But it doesn't ever sound like that's the case. It just sounds like they're
No.
getting a good lump sum of money, but not enough to cover everything. And it's like, okay, then why are you guys signing it exactly?
Yeah, when you could just have like a PC port as well and an Xbox port
All right.
or in a Switch port. It's like why would you not want to be on every place that the players are?
Especially
Like I think
nowadays.
Xbox is learning that. It's like with how we talked about last week, how well they're selling on PlayStation. Like they're kind of like seeing, hey, maybe we just start putting everything everywhere. More players will sell more. Like I think every one of these publishers that's struggling needs to see that.
For sure. I mean, it's becoming fewer and fewer now, right?
Yeah, there's still weird cases, but yeah.
All right, cool. Well, Dragon Quest HD2D. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get around to Dragon Quest 3 at some point. The HD2D. I never ended up checking that one out, but yeah, I'd like to play
Yeah,
those at some point.
it's a series I want to check out for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I've never delved into
And it's got Toriyama's
Dragon
art.
Quest game.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, very cool. They should bring back Chrono Trigger. By the way, I was thinking
For
about that. I was
sure.
talking about that with someone the other day, and I was like, I've never played that game just because it's never available anywhere.
They have that mobile / PC release, the newer
Yeah.
one, which is not like
Do
people's
the
favorite release.
HD 2D thing to that. Like that sounds like money right there. Like where the fuck
Even
is
just
that?
a port, just
You
like
know?
port the game to modern consoles
What would
if you
be
don't
cool
want to
is
do anything.
after the FF7 trilogy is over, move on to that. Do a giant
Chrono Trigger?
Chrono Trigger remake
Oh
like
my
that.
God,
Like in
that
that
sounds
style. That'd be
awesome.
fucking cool, you know?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have Toriyama.
Mm-mm. Yeah, you're never gonna have him for anything.
That's
now, right?
sad. It's so sad.
Yeah. Damn shame. All right, Daniel. That will do it for the news of the week. Can I move on to what we've been playing? Daniel, what have you been playing?
We've probably been playing mostly the same thing. Just Doom. Um, Doom: The Dark Ages. I think I'm in chapter 18,
Oh, you're further than me.
19.
I ended up restarting it because I was on. I played Claire again for like another week, and I was just like, let me just restart this. I was only like 4 levels in, anyways. But yeah, I think
Mm,
I'm on like 12.
okay. So you're still like halfway through the game. Um,
Yeah, what are there? 20 something, right?
22, I think,
22.
or
Okay. Yeah, I know
23,
it says
22.
at the bottom when you're
Yeah.
on the thing. Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's still just as great. I think I said I had checked it out last week. That was only like a couple levels. Um, yeah, it's great. I really love this game. It's not, I think, as good as 2016 or Eternal. It's a very different type of game with the whole parry mechanic. They have whole like melee centric attacks as well. Um, I do really like the game though. I like the parrying. The parrying is very fun. It's very satisfying when you get a big projectile. I'm still using the ruin that you get for the shield, the ability where it like has like an earthquake that hits enemies as you parry projectiles. I love that one. Um, the flail is very satisfying. You run up and you just like melee combo a big boss, and then you finish him off. Very, very satisfying. I'm just really just running around with a shotgun most of the time.
The super
I'm like
shotgun's like fucking
the super
OP,
shotgun.
dude. It is
It's so.
crazy.
I'll basically like I'll see the biggest guy in on the battlefield, and and then I
You're
dash
dead.
into him, and I just super shotgun him. Wait for him to attack, parry, and I'm just super shotgunning him. If
I,
I
lo-
need to
I
melee,
love
I'm
that there's so many enemies now, and that like I'll just like line like 5 of them up, super shotgun.
super shotgun.
Yeah,
It's
split
so
in half.
it hits so hard. That or like I love when I know that they set up these battlefields pretty precisely and they know kind of what's there and kind of what you can handle and stuff. I love when they give you the shield guys all lined up. I'm
Mm.
like, I need some armor. I love that
Such
you're
a
standing there.
satisfying
And I just
noise
throw that
when you
shield.
throw the shield.
And they
Yeah,
all die. Every single one of them. Or you get like the blue shielded guys that you can plasma energy blow them up.
yeah.
That's always very satisfying too. Um, I have noticed, maybe it's just me, uh, but the executions, I feel like there's less of them. Or like I'm usually just like shield bashing or kicking.
Yeah,
I've only gotten a
it
few
doesn't necessarily
times.
have the, because like 2016, you always like open the mouth of the
Yeah,
orange,
you're
like
like
shoot in
ripping them
there.
apart.
Yeah, yeah,
You're like ripping eyes out and stuff in Eternal and all
yeah.
that. Like you get the like whatever they call, I forget the name of the enemy types where you level up your like armor or your health or your ammo.
Oh
Those
yeah,
like
when they're
super
like the
enemies.
leader ones or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you rip their heart out
yeah.
and then you like that's the ability you get and you just like crush it. It's like that's like the only time you really do that. I've had a few times where like I chop a guy's head off with the blade, the saw blade of the
Yeah.
shield as like an execution, but every other time I'm like just kicking someone or I'm just like shield bashing someone. Like
Yeah, he always throws
mm,
it. Like those guys that ride the ones, he always like throws it at them when they turn
yeah,
purple. Yeah. And then you like
like
get
I've been
them off. Yeah.
expecting a little bit more creativity with the executions game. I'm just a little disappointed. Um yeah, I've done a few of I think like two of the mech missions, maybe three. And then I think I've done two dragon or three dragon missions as well. Um the mech ones are very short. It's just kind of like a cool, neat thing. I'm not. They're very inoffensive. Um, it's like just a fun idea of the Doomslayer just in a big mech punching mountain-sized demons. I think that's just very funny. The dragon levels I find not a waste of time, but like they're too long. They're too long, and I think too repetitive. And I'm curious if you feel that way too. Like you probably have only done one of them, maybe at this point. Like I like the spectacle. I think the dragon feels good to fly around and to shoot and stuff, and like to do the dodge. and stuff like that. Like I don't mind any. I just I felt like I'm just doing the same thing over and over again, and this mission's just too long. Like, why is this mission so long? I want to just get back to the Doomslayer. Like, have like a big set piece as me, like flying this dragon around and then move on. I don't need a mission like this.
Yeah, the dragon ones are interesting because it's like such a big level, you know? And I just mean
Yeah,
like I don't even mean lengthwise. I just mean like the level is always fucking
yeah.
huge. And I find myself at least in the one I did where I was just like lost some at some points. I don't think I got the point, but it's just like or like the point in the map that points you to where to go.
Hmm.
But like even then I was still like, okay, where do I go here? It's like this level's fucking gigantic. It's way bigger than
You're like
anything.
flying around this big building and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, and it does seem like you do that dodge mechanic a few too many times, where it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, here's a turret shooting at me. Let me sit here, shoot at it, wait for it to shoot at me, and then I dodge it, and the shields go away, and then rinse and repeat. Do that again,
Yeah, then you
and
fly into the thing, and then you go down the thing, and you
that is the nice part about the mech ones. It's like they're short and sweet, right? So
Mhm.
you don't really think about it too much. But the dragon ones aren't short and sweet, so yeah, it's a bit of a problem. I do like them. Like I like the addition. I like it when games change things up a little bit and like kind of give me something new to fuck around with,
Warped,
even
crash
if
warped.
it's not necessarily like better than the core gameplay, right? It's just
Mhm.
still it's something new. You're trying something different here, and it's fun. And I
Like the
still
dragon
have
feels
the
fun to
entire
fly.
yeah. Yeah, Dragon feels fun to fly. It's a cool spectacle, if anything else,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like
a
it
cool
looks
looking
fucking
dragon.
cool. You know, I love all the spectacle in this game where it's like, you'll
Mhm.
see the two giant titans fighting in the background, giant demon versus a giant robot, and it's just like, oh, that's fucking badass. And you're fighting a giant horde of demons right in front of you, and you got that giant fight going on behind you. It's like that's fucking cool. It's I love little shit like that. You can really see how it kind of took advantage of being on current gen consoles and PC and
Mhm.
all that now. And it's like there's nothing like that in 2016. I just played 2016 a few months ago, so like that one's very fresh in my
Much
memory.
smaller. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're in
yeah, yeah.
rooms.
Nothing like that. Just the size of the maps in general. I just like this is way bigger than anything in 2016 at the very
Yeah, if you
least.
get to those levels that are just like you tackle objectives,
Yeah,
and it's like any order you want. They're really big.
yeah. Like this is
I feel
almost
like
like
those
what a
levels.
Doom open world game would look like,
Yeah,
where
they
you're
might
like
be a
you're
little
almost
too long.
verging on that point.
Mhm. Uh, I love the levels. I love like exploring them. That might be a little too long for me. For like, I want to try to get all the upgrades,
Sure.
and I'm like, oh man, all right.
I do like that the map now points out where everything just is because it's just like, okay, cool. I don't want to be like
That's
sitting
kind
around
of
here. It takes away
yeah.
some of the fun of it, I
I'll,
guess, but it also
there's
just
good and
kind of
bad to
gives
it.
you everything,
Yeah,
So yeah, I know what you mean. Like there's good and bad to it, but I do, you want to keep constantly moving in a Doom game, right? So
yeah.
it's kind of just nice to know where that shit is. That
Maybe
way
they
I
should
could
have
just
put
go
like
to it.
the secrets not on the map.
Sure, yeah, like the
Like
toys and shit
the
like that.
toys
Yeah,
or the codexes and maybe the weapon skins or something. Have like those not on the map, but then like maybe like the rubies and then the wraith stones have like those on the map so that you
yeah.
can like figure out how to get to them or the gold as well, something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I feel like before this came out, most people were trying to describe this as like, oh, it's back to form, it's back to more Doom 2016, and like you're not so much on the ground and stuff like that. Not really, I kind of almost view this as like Doom 2016 is the base, and
Yeah.
then Eternal is one way you could have went with it, and this is another way you could have went with it.
Yeah, for
It's like
sure.
it's not like I wouldn't describe this as like, oh, here's the sequel to Doom 2016 that people that didn't like Eternal wanted. I wouldn't describe it like that at all. This is
Mm,
like almost entirely different. It's just like it's almost like a spider web effect where it's like they're going just different routes that you could go with Doom. And I like it from that, right? Like it's cool that you can still be Doom and do something so different like this, right? Or so different like Eternal was. And I think
yeah, for sure.
that's awesome. And like they could just kind of keep rolling with that, It's like a cool idea, different setting, and then a bit of a different style to play. Like I don't think if you like 2016 or Eternal that you wouldn't like this. Like it's
You
still
just have to
Doom at the end of
I
the
think you have
day.
to come in with a different expectation
Yeah,
that they're still asking you to do a few different things.
Yeah.
like the parry and stuff. But
Like Doom
like,
is still Doom, Like I go back and
yeah,
even play the old ones. When those came out like a little bit ago on current gen consoles, I was playing those and I was
mhm.
still having a great time. It's just like Doom is Doom, and they're very good at having that still in there without
Yeah. The
entirely
only Doom
changing
that
what
wasn't
Doom is.
Doom like fully was Doom 3,
Yeah.
because that was trying to be a little bit more horror-y.
It's not like they made like a slowed down tactical shooter all of a sudden.
No.
It's still Doom the Dark Ages is still very fast paced. You're moving very quick and you're running around shooting demons. It's
Yeah, you're just not as jumpy as like Doom Eternal.
right. You're not as vertical as Doom Eternal. There's not the platforming elements aren't there as much. There still are a little bit of platforming elements, especially with like the shield and the one where you grab towards the shield and the
Yeah.
yeah, and
Hmm.
you like fly up and stuff like that. It's like there's still elements of that there, but it is
You're
entirely
not doing
different
like
from
jumping
not entirely,
platforms.
but it is different from Doom Eternal at the end of the day. Which I like. I
Yeah.
very much appreciate that they can stick with the genre of Doom and still be
Hmm.
something different. I think that's
How do
cool.
you feel about the parry?
I like the parry. I think it's so easy. I haven't fucked with the sliders at all. I kind of just I've never really been a big like customization guy like that where I
Hmm.
just kind of want the devs to give me the game they envisioned and like
Yeah.
I want to play that. So I'm not gonna like sit there and fuck with the sliders. I know you could. So it kind of just feels more like a block where sometimes it parries on the green one. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not really timing anything. I see a green thing coming at me. I just pull out the shield and 9 times out of 10 I got the parry window right.
Hmm.
But yeah, I do
Yeah.
like the idea of it. I like the shield a lot just in general. The ramming one, that one's really
The
cool.
shield bash is insane. You
Yeah, I
do that
like
across
throwing
the
it a lot.
battlefield.
That's really fun. Yeah, I'm with you with the super shotgun. I love just walking around with that thing and blowing shit up. I really like the
Yeah.
plasma one in this game.
I like the cycler plasma, the bigger one.
Yeah, the bigger one that's almost like a
Yeah.
turret. Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
awesome. I like the shredder a lot. That thing's fucking
The shredder's
cool.
yeah. The
When you get
shredder's
like a
just a
giant
fun.
wave horde of enemies and you're just shooting them nonstop with that, it's like that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, the pulverizer's really good.
Yeah.
That's the one that you
Oh,
like.
that's the one I
There's a
meant. I confused the
skull.
shredder and
Oh,
the
okay. Yeah, the
pulverizer. Yeah,
shredder's
yeah.
just like the regular machine gun. Then you
Mhm.
have the impaler that like spikes. Yeah, the pulverizer is like the skull that's like you're just crushing it slowly and you're
Yeah.
shooting skull bits at
It's
everyone.
skull chips at people. It's like that's
It's
fucking cool.
crazy.
I'm not the
Um,
biggest fan of the melee focus. I
mm,
feel like it slows you down a little bit too much. Running up to them and then hitting them again and again.
when they're
And
purple, yeah.
yeah, when they're purple, and then like even just like I don't like that you got to run around and find the little fists to use the melee. It's
Mm.
like that annoys me a little bit. I wish that was just like a endless thing. Maybe it would have
Yeah,
been a little
they
too
they do
simple if you had that.
recharge if you don't pick those up. It
Oh,
just
does
takes
it?
longer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
For
just doesn't
those
feel like you could flow with it in one fight. So,
yeah, those like increase the rate that it recharges
mm.
your melee.
Yeah, that's the one new edition where I'm like, I didn't like this one.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense with like the cover, like he has the flail in the cover.
Yeah.
It's like he has the shield and the flail. Like it makes sense they want to like go medieval. Like a flail just looks
I
really
can't believe they didn't
iconic.
do a sword.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's there no sword? It's
I have the third one. It's not a sword.
not a sword. What is it?
Um, it's a mace, which I haven't
Okay.
even used it because I don't like. It's like slower, so
Yeah.
it's like a slower hitting one, and it only has one charge,
Mm,
but it hits harder.
interesting.
I've really just been using the flail. Like I like the fist. The fist is good, but I've been using the flail.
Yeah. Ultimately, like I was saying, Doom is still Doom. Still very much fun. If you're into Doom, you're gonna like this Doom.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I feel about it. I don't think I'm gonna like this as much as Eternal or 2016 either. But I don't know. I'll wait till I'm finished with it. It's a really
Yeah,
good
I'm
fun
gonna wait
verdict
until I
on that.
finish.
But
Yeah.
yeah, really enjoy it though thus far.
Yeah, the music's good. Definitely, I
That's
feel
a good point. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
feel the absence of Mick Gordon.
Me too. Me too. It's
I
it's
feel it.
missing like that. I can't even really describe it. It's missing like that oomph. You know what I
It
mean?
is missing an oomph.
Yeah, like
It really is. It's
like I'm
great
used to the
music.
battle starting and just and then you go in.
Yeah.
It's it does feel like it's more of a background. Took a little bit of a back step
Yes.
to music.
I wonder if that's like intentional, you know?
Mm.
And it's like there are people that are gonna play Doom that don't know anything that mid-core,
Yeah.
and that's it is what it is. But it is recognizable. Like
I would have liked a
2016,
more like medieval feel to it too, you know. I feel like you could have done something really
yeah,
creative there, you know, and they
sure,
kind of just missed out on that, and it is kind of just generic heavy rock music now, and it's like, could have been better. It's still
I
good, I think, but like could have been better.
it's definitely a step down soundtrack wise.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Um, Visuals, awesome.
Yeah,
I
it looks
love
great.
all of the visuals. It looks great. I love the medieval setting. Doomslayer just looks awesome with his like fur cloak, the shield, and with the saw blades.
We
Like,
didn't even talk about that. I mean, how do you feel about the story?
oh yeah, we actually didn't even bring up. We just brought up gameplay.
It's very telling, I think.
Very, it's fine. I think it's very inoffensive. You get a lot of cutscenes compared to like Eternal. 2016 really didn't have much, but
Yeah, yeah. Going from 2016 to this is kind of baffling
night and
with the
day.
amount of
Yeah,
cutscenes. Yeah,
yeah. I would prefer, maybe more Eternals, like have a little bit, but not
sure.
much. Or I'm fine with 2016 not having much. There might be a little bit too much cutscene, but I'm not like I'm not offended by it or anything. Like the story's fine. It's kind of just background to why you're killing demons. That's it.
It's a lot like how I feel about the dragons and the mech parts, where I'm like, I appreciate that it's there, but you guys could have done better with it, you know?
Hmm.
That's kind of how I feel about it. I like that it's there. There's some fun visuals in the cutscenes, I think. Like, there's just Doom just doing some badass shit. Doom guy doing some badass shit is always cool to see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I would have gone even deeper into that. Like every cutscene, we're just having him like jump out of a ship that's blowing up or some shit. Just some cool badass shit, you know. It's give him a motorcycle, fuck it, who
Yeah,
cares,
he's
you know.
supposed to be like Master Chief.
Right, yeah, exactly. It does come off very Halo. The levels remind me very much of Halo, especially the bigger
Hmm.
ones. Like that those come off very Halo. It's like remember in Halo 3 when you're in like that it's like towards the beginning, that like African level where you're driving around the Warthog and
Hmm.
there's like so much empty space where you're just like, why did they make this level so big? That's what a lot of them come off as, is like, oh, very Halo inspired, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah. I we'll see where the story ends because I'm curious. Like, are they setting up like Dark Ages to like have more time frame, or is it going to be like Doom guy goes to sleep and then that's like 2016?
Yeah, how do you feel? Like, what do you want them to do next? Because I don't. A lot of people are saying get off Doom now, but I'm just like, I don't
Let Doom
know.
sit for a minute.
I don't know if it is really like it seems like a Doom developer.
Or
You know,
yeah, and Quake, Doom and Quake.
Do they go to Quake now? But then it's just
I
like
would I would like to see that.
Quake to me is just like it's just Doom again. You know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Quake was also a lot more multiplayer focused than Doom ever was.
Sure.
So maybe they could also dip into that too. You can make Quake just super sci-fi, and that'd be just very different. You know, um, maybe have like a different idea for what Quake could be. It isn't just like an arena shooter.
Yeah, to me, if they were gonna make something other than Doom, I would like them to go like completely different, make a new IP. Maybe don't even make a first person game, you know, a first person shooter. Make
Hmm.
something completely different at that point if they were gonna do that. If not, yeah, I would just keep going with Doom. Just do another crazy setting, make it different, you know,
I think for the Quake
do this
fans, it'd be
again.
cool to have a new Quake, but I'm with you with Doom.
Didn't they get one? Wasn't there that Quake champion game? That was a
Didn't that
thing,
game get
right?
canceled?
Did that get canceled? Okay, maybe I'm
I
crazy. I
don't
don't know.
remember. Maybe it came out. I thought that game got canceled. I don't
I,
know.
I I just feel like they got one recently
I
and no
remember
one
the
cared.
name. I remember the name.
Yeah, maybe that did get canceled. That'd be funny. Let's see. Oh, Quake Champions 2017 when that came out.
Hmm. Okay. So it's like even right after 16. That's still
Yeah,
a long time ago. Like I don't even think Champions was like a big dip into them trying to bring Quake back. It never seemed like it.
sure.
So
Make like a proper Quake now,
yeah.
something like that. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably beat that this weekend, I'd imagine. I mean, it
I'm
can't be
gonna try.
too long, but yeah. I mean, you're at what, 18? You'll probably beat it. It's 22. All
Yeah,
right.
some of those levels are a little long though,
Yeah. Yeah, they are
so
pretty long.
like we'll see.
Cool. I've also done Platinum Clarpsky, Expedition
Let's
33.
go.
God, the fucking post game. Oh my god, it got so hard, Daniel. It
Did
got
it?
so hard. I
I
had to
thought
put
you
it
were
down to
getting
easy.
broken builds.
I did. It's
Even with the broken builds.
even with the broken
Whoa.
builds, dude. I'd put this on easy after because I was doing the endless tower and I got to there's 11 stages. I got to 10, somewhere in 10. And then I was like, I'm putting this game on easy because it was
There's
getting
no shame in that.
way too hard. Way too hard. Yeah, I beat a couple bosses on normal. Like that giant pink flying snake thing. I beat that. That was a really difficult fight.
I accidentally ran into that one time flying
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, it's apparently Verso has died from that thing many times because his comment after the fight was like, "Finally killed that thing." It's killed me so many times. It's just very funny. Yeah, there's some really cool end game story stuff too. Do you care if I spoil these things?
I don't care.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not gonna do it.
So
So
you fight Painted Clea, who's
okay,
yeah, who's she's Miles'
the
sister in the
oldest
real
sister.
world.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's obviously a painted version of her because the paintress made a painted version of her entire family. And I forget like what her story was. So at some point in one of the journals, you learn that Clea went into this world and she was like trying to stop everything. She was trying to get the paintress out as well, and she teamed up with Renor to try to get the paintress out at one point. And so she like locked away her painted version so that she would just endlessly create Neverons. And that's so the expeditioners could get more chroma so they could level up and then go fight the painters and then all that. So the painted version of Clea was the one making all the Neverons, and that was really cool. Her fight was really cool. It was like she would summon in all the different Neverons. So like she would like
Oh,
but like it was
interesting.
like one strike. So like she would do a move and like one of the Neverons would come in and you'd have to like remember when to parry on that Neveron. And
Oh,
then
that's
another one
cool.
would come in. Yeah, it was a really cool, especially visually, it just looked really cool.
Yeah,
It was a cool fight. And then Simon is who you fight.
I've heard that name. Yeah, who's
He's like
he?
the super secret boss. He's like the hardest boss in the game, and it is so hard. I mean, this is if you ever wanted to see what like a end game from soft boss would look like in a turn based game, this is it. This is I
I
mean,
should look that up.
it is fucking
I'm gonna look up both
insane,
these
dude.
fights.
Yeah, they're very cool fights, especially visually. So Simon was a member of Expedition Zero, and
Okay.
you get more of his backstory as well through a journal. But he fell in love with Clea, painted Clea, and they were like in a relationship or whatever. And then
Hmm.
when real Clea came in, and she like trapped painted Clea away, she disguised herself as painted Clea because they look exactly the same, and then she tricked him into killing one of the axons. So there were originally four axons or whatever, or three, I guess. And so you see it on the overworld map. There's like a giant rock thing with like a city on its back with a sword through its head. It's like on its
Hmm.
overworld map. It's actually like really good environmental storytelling there. But yeah, he killed that one forever ago. And then he met the paintress, and then the paintress told him everything, like what was actually going on, that Clea was a fake Clea and all that, and then where Renor was, because the paintress told him that Renor is actually the one killing everyone. So he goes down to kill Renor. So you actually go down to where Renor was trapped for all those years. And so you go like under the monolith and all that. It was really cool.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's like really cool visually and all that. And so he's trapped down there now. And then Clea like fucked him up. She like made him ultra powerful so he could go kill the paintress like beforehand. So he's like a weird like mutated thing now, and he like doesn't have his mind right, and he's like crazy. um so yeah, you go down there and fight him, and he's just it is a crazy fight. I mean, he just one shots you no matter what. I was level 98, he fucking one shots you. Crazy.
What?
It's insane, dude. And like good luck trying to memorize his parries. It's because there's two. So I got past the first stage, right, of him, and I was like, oh, thank God it's over. I thought I beat him. I thought I beat him like straight up. And then the second stage starts, and I'm like, fuck me, this sucks. and then he adds. It's like the same move set, but he adds one in between each attack that he does. So now it's
Oh
like double,
no.
and now it's like fucking Guitar Hero trying to parry this all of a sudden. Where I'm like, it's fucking impossible. So basically, what I had to do is look up a build to where I could one shot him, right? And then it pretty much just came down to luck. Who's gonna get someone first, you know? And so that build ended up being Mael and Cecile. I would use both of them, and then really Seal was just there to mark him and burn him, and then I would put the mark and burn Pico where you get extra 25% damage if someone's marked and burned. I would put that on Mael, and then you get the sword where she's immediately in virtual stance.
That's the one I'd use, yeah.
Yeah, and then you use she has one super powerful move where she like summons a bunch of swords. And then
That's the Rain of Fire.
Yeah, the Rain of Fire.
That's
one.
my favorite move of hers.
Yeah. That's her best move. And so it's pretty much just with Seal, make sure she's going first, mark them, burn them, because you pick those on her to where she shoots someone and then burn automatically, and then she has a move. It's called like mark cards where she can mark someone. So that was pretty. And then by the way, I also have both. You come back alive immediately if you die once with them, and then on Mael, I have the one where if she's at 1% health or whatever, she does 50% more damage. You're basically putting all the Pictos possible to do as much damage as possible on Mael, and every move possible to do as much damage, you know? And dude, you're doing 90 million damage with Mael. 90 million. Fucking insane. Yeah. But you have to have roulette on Mael as well. So
what is roulette?
So roulette is it'll either do 50% less damage or like 100% more damage or 200% more damage, just depending on the roll, right? And so that's where the luck kind of comes in. Is like you have to get the one where you're doing 200% damage,
and you're gonna have to plus another 200 on.
Right, you're gonna have to get that twice because you're gonna die once automatically because like once he comes back for the second stage, I think he goes first. And he's probably going to hit you. And if he hits you, you die. So you need the one where you come back to life immediately. So regardless, I have the 25% on mark, 25% on burn, virtuous stance. So you're doing 200% more. The 1% health, so you're doing 50% more. it's just, you're stacking damage. That's it. And you pretty much just got to get lucky. I'm sure you could do it straight up. I'm sure you could look it up on YouTube, and there's people doing it straight up on the hardest difficulty.
Just doing his parry.
Yeah, just figuring out the parry and all that. But good fucking luck with that. You got to be a fucking freak to do that.
Did the dodges not work?
You could, but you know, it's I'm like you. I was like,
dodge doesn't exist.
I never got into the dodge. You know, it's like I'm not using the fucking dodge. Like fuck that.
What am I, a dweeb?
Yeah, I'm not pressing circle. Okay, that's not happening.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, fuck that. So yeah, end of the day I got him. Very cool cutscenes. And yeah, it was a hell of a fight there. That's gonna go on, like, you know, you're gonna see that on like hardest boss ever lists, stuff like that.
Ooh, I definitely need to look this up.
That's up there because that was a difficult fight.
So was that the final achievement that you had to get? Was like
I had to get the 99. That was the last one I had, but I was 98 when I was fighting dude, and I was just I was just hoping that I would get enough XP from him to get me to 99. But yeah, no. So I only had to grind like a few levels. I grinded a little bit because I went to fight Simon when I was like 94 or something, and he beat my ass, and I was like, all right, let me go grind the last level at the very least, and then I got the 98. So yeah, not much grinding at all. The game's very good at, you know, if you stick by the rule of fighting everything once, when you see it, you'll be leveled fine. I don't think it's a game where you got to go around and grind too much at all.
Was he an achievement, or was it just the 99 that you had to
No,
get?
he was. Yeah, he was, and then he's also guarding the last journal that I need. It's his journal entry, so it was yeah, he was. You can see the journal in the background when you're fighting him, and yeah, it was right there. So yeah, that was the last one I need.
That's a lot of platinum then.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. It's yeah, good luck fighting Simon. I mean, I'm supposed just look up the cheese like I just did, right? And that's how most people will do it. 10% of people beat that. Again, another one where it's just like some of these guys.
That's a lot. Yeah,
that's a lot of fucking people. You know, it's pretty crazy. I think a lot of people, when you present them with a challenge like that, they want to go do that. You know, I think a lot of the Souls games fans that ended up playing this game. that piqued their
Those
interest
are
for
some.
sure.
The Souls fans are some freaks.
Yeah, for sure. Freaky
We're,
kids.
we're a bunch of freaks.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some really cool other things too. The gestural games are really fun. I don't know if you experienced any of these.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Yeah, there's one that's like a race that was really fun. A lot of like weird platforming ones, which is funny because the platforming is super bad in this game. But yeah, there's some really funny ones. There's one where it was just that climb up game. You ever see that like stupid climb
That's
up
the
game?
one I did. That one for
Oh,
sure.
did you? Yeah.
Are you talking about is it Getting Up or something
Yeah,
like
something
that?
like that. Yeah, I mean, I see clips of that all the time with people playing that with their friends and shit. Yeah, there's one like that that was super cute. I thought it was just let me just
Or
climb up
Chained
just random
Together?
bullshit. That
That's
might
one of
be it.
them.
That might be it. Yeah, I think that's
Because
the
there was that
co-op one.
one. Yeah, that's the co-op one. There was that one that got taken off of Steam.
Oh,
There
was
was
there
just
one that
like a
got
bunch
taken
of
off? Okay.
assets that so ended up getting taken off of Steam.
Yeah, it's funny because you can tell it is just a bunch of assets. They're just like, let's just throw a bunch of random shit that you got to jump on here and do that.
I didn't beat it. I just like gave up on it. But I was like, all right, I'll try for a minute.
Yeah, it's funny. There was one where you had to like throw gesturals at like a bigger gestural, and they would make like a little noise every time you'd hit them. It was actually like really hard because you had to beat all 3 stages of that. And I was like, oh,
The
this is
gestures
fun.
are so silly.
A very cute character that they made there. Yeah, I had a great time with that game, man. So put it away now. Delete it off my console. I don't want to think about it anymore. We're done.
No, you're gonna keep thinking about this game.
No, I definitely will, but not anymore. We're done. It's over.
So what's after Doom then for you?
Yeah, I don't know. Not getting a
Death
Switch,
Stranding
so
2?
yeah, that's coming. Oh, the Alters comes out next month too.
Oh, the Alters. Yeah,
Yeah. That's in the middle of June. Something like that. There's that Mind's Eye game, which I actually think looks pretty bad, if I'm being honest. Like, anytime I see gameplay, I'm like, this looks janky as fuck.
We said that when we saw that game.
Yeah, so I don't, unless that gets like super good reviews and everyone's like, no, this game's actually awesome. But I seriously doubt that. Trying to think what else is coming out in June. Yeah, I don't know. I want some indies to come through. Like, let's get some of these indies going. There's a few I'm looking forward to this year where I'm like, all right, let's get them out now.
That I Am Your Beast is getting a console port. I think
I saw that.
sometime in June.
Yeah.
Which I want to play. That I didn't get to play it last year on PC. I'd like to check out that game.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, there's a few things coming out this year. I still got Oblivion remastered to delve into.
Oh yeah,
so,
true.
Yeah, if I want to, I'll delve back into that. Not entirely sure yet, but I'll figure it out over the weekend.
You see that other game that's very like Elder Scrolls esque?
Yeah, that is it Tainted something or
Tainted?
Something like that?
Yeah. I can't remember the full name. Something the Fall of like Avalon.
Yeah, something like that. Weird, weird name.
Yeah, it's like Sloan actually just started playing that the other day. It's like an Arthurian kind of lore stuff. Like you see King Arthur.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very Elder Scrolls.
It's cheaper, right?
Yeah, it's like a $50 game as well.
$50?
45,
Okay.
$50.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a budget game, but
I know people like that. But yeah, I
it's it just came out.
Yeah, maybe I'll end up checking that out. Not entirely sure. All right, people, that will do it for Nerdcots Podcast episode 277. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to
say? Doomslayer doesn't say anything, so I can't. Actually, no, he did say one word so far, I think.
He said a word?
Run.
He said run. Interesting.
Yeah, he did say the word
word.
I think you already have seen it. He said the word run one time.
I don't remember that. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. All right, see you next week, people.
Bye, everybody.